unsolved mystery behind the disturbing death of Elisa Lam. On the 29th of January 2013, Elisa Lam traveled to Los Angeles from her hometown of Vancouver, British Columbia, for a week of sightseeing and adventure. But things soon took a mysterious and deadly turn. After checking into the Cecil Hotel, the 21-year-old tourist vanished without a trace. It was the low water pressure that caused complaints to be made by guests of the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles on February 19, 2013. Guests also complained about the water's unusual taste, with some claiming the water had dark discoloration. So, a maintenance worker, Santiago Lopez, was sent to investigate the matter. 4 large cisterns sit tall on the hotel rooftop, all 8 feet in height and able to hold 1,000 gallons each. When Lopez reached the top of the tanks, he realized that the hatch of one tank was open. What he discovered next shook him to the core, a decomposing figure void of all clothing. It was the body of a young woman, floating face up. Before her death, Lam was touring numerous towns and cities along the western coast of the United States as part of a self-planned trip. After spending a night in San Diego, she made her way over to Los Angeles. She used public transportation to travel and checked into the Cecil Hotel, where she was originally assigned a shared room. However, her roommates made complaints about odd and disruptive behavior exhibited by Lam, resulting in her getting moved to a private room. On each day of her trip, Lam made a phone call to her parents. She was scheduled to check out of the hotel February 1, 2013, plans to head towards Santa Cruz. By that time, her parents hadn't received any calls from her since January 30th, and it struck her parents as unusual when they didn't hear from their daughter on the day she was scheduled to check out of her La Hotel. Naturally, the worried parents contacted the Los Angeles Police Department. The police searched the premises of the Cecil, but couldn't find her. But police soon released surveillance footage taken from the cameras at the Cecil Hotel on their website. This is where things took a turn into the truly bizarre. The hotel video showed Elisa Lam in one of its elevators on the date of her disappearance, acting rather strangely. In the footage, Lam can be seen stepping into the elevator and pushing all the floor buttons. She steps in and out of the elevator, poking her head out sideways toward the hotel's hallways. She peers out of the elevator another few times before stepping out of the elevator entirely. The last minutes of the video show Lam standing by the left side of the door, moving her hands in random gestures. What's bizarre is that nobody else was captured on the video. February 19, 2 weeks after the video was published by authorities, maintenance worker Santiago Lopez found Elisa Lam's dead body floating in one of the hotel's water tanks. Lopez made the discovery after responding to complaints from hotel patrons about low water pressure and a weird taste coming from the tap water. According to a statement by the chief of the Los Angeles Fire Department, the tank in which Lam's body was found had to be drained completely and then cut open from the side to remove her 5'4" frame. Nobody knows how Lam's corpse, floating lifelessly next to the same clothes she wore in the surveillance video, ended up in the hotel's water tank, or who else might have been involved. Hotel staff told authorities that Lam was always seen by herself around the hotel premises, but at least one person did see Lam soon before her death. At a nearby shop, eerily named The Last Bookstore, owner Katie Orphan was among the last to see Elisa Lam alive. Orphan remembered the college student buying books and music for her family back in Vancouver. In an interview, she said, "It seemed like Lam had plans to return home, plans to give things to her family members and reconnect with them." When the autopsy results for Lam's case came out, it only served to ignite more questions. The toxicology report confirmed that Lam had consumed a number of medical drugs, likely to be medication for her bipolar disorder. But there were no indications of alcohol or illegal substances in her body. 4 months after Lam's death, LA coroner's office determined that there was no evidence of physical trauma. The manner of death was classified as an accidental drowning and the case was closed. Lam was previously diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression, which was why she was taking medication. The authorities theorized she experienced a manic episode due to undertaking her meds, which was said to have served as a contributing condition that led to her final moments. While the roof access doors were locked with an alarm system in place, she could have easily climbed up the fire escape to get there. It is suspected she jumped into the tank herself. However, the case still has many unanswered questions, yet no answers. That's it for today's video.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to stay tuned for more true stories.